Welcome to ASTG classes, and in today's class we will complete question number 7 and 8 of the series of 10 questions which are related to conditional statement and iterative statement. So we have already completed 6 questions. Now today we will again do 2 questions, and these are question number 7 and 8. The programs which we will going to do today are perfect number, and second one is to find the smallest digit within a number. Both these questions are quite similar to the type of questions which we have practiced in our previous 2 to 3 videos. So if you have watched those videos, then definitely these questions are quite simple. Just the only things which are required is to change some of the statement in order to achieve the target of these questions. And that's all. So without wasting time, let's move to our system. Okay guys, let's start with the practical of these 2 questions. Now before starting, we should know what a perfect number is. Okay, so I've already written its definition. So its definition is something like this: a perfect number, a number is said to be a perfect number if the sum of its factor including 1 and excluding the number itself is same as the original number. What does it mean? It means an example has already been taken, that a number 6, what are its factors? Its factors are 1, 2, 3 and 6. But as per the definition, we should not consider the number itself factor. So 6 should be removed. So what are the leftover factors? The leftover factors are 1, 2 and 3, as you can see from the screen. Okay. Now if we take the sum of this factors, then what will be its sum? Its sum is 6. And what is the input number? It is 6. So the sum of its factor is same as the number which is being given as input. And if that condition holds, then we will say that it's a perfect number. I hope you are clear with the definition of perfect number. And it's quite simple. We know how to find the factors of a number, and we also know that how to find its sum by the program of sum of natural numbers. The same concept I will be using in this particular code. Okay, so the codes are quite interlinked. If you are watching my videos from the start, if you are watching my videos and if you are also practicing it on your computer, on your system, then definitely you would be able to do this simple type of questions. Okay, so let's start. So the first thing is to take input from the user. So let me create a variable named as number. Okay, and then let it be an integer number. Okay, so int input, and let me give some message, enter the number. Okay, so enter the number will get input. Okay, now it's time to create a variable, a sum variable, okay, which will take the sum of the factors. So sum of factors, and let initialize this variable with the value 0. I hope you understood why we are initializing the this variable sum of factors with the value 0, and there is a reason. Okay, and that's additive identity. And the same thing has already been explained in that particular question, sum of numbers. So if you haven't watched that video, it's my request, please have a look to it, because all these concepts, all these codes are quite interlinked. Okay, fine. Now the code for the factors one. So for I in range. Okay, so according to the definition, 1 would be included, but the number itself won't be included. So for that, in that case, the starting value would be what? 1. But what would be the ending value? It would be the number. So according to range function, it will give number from 1 to number minus 1, a value before the number. Okay, fine, done. So we need to check if that number is divisible by the numbers from the range numbers, means the numbers which will be given from the range function, is that number is dividing that particular number perfectly or not. So for that, what operator we use? We use the modulus operator. Okay, so let me write, if number modulus I equals to 0, so what does it mean? If it is equals to 0, if it is dividing that number with the remainder 0, if it is fully divisible, then in that case it's a factor of that number, and what we need to do is to sum that factors. Okay, so for that I've created a variable sum of factors. I would be using that variable equals to plus that's factor, and where is that factor? That factor lies within this variable I. Simple, done. So sum of factors will get completed. After completing, so as I've told you that you need to understand that why you are writing this loop. Okay, so here I am writing this loop in order to find the sum of the factors. Okay, my sum of the factors are being stored within this variable sum of factors. Now I need to check whether this sum of factors is equal to the number itself or not. If it's yes, if it is, then it's a perfect number, otherwise it's not a perfect number. So if sum of factors is equals to number itself, then what would I print? I would print number is a perfect number. Else, if it's not equal, then definitely it's not a perfect number. Simple, done. Let me execute this code. Let's take the number 6 and see 6 is a perfect number. Okay, now take another number, let it be 5, and see 10 is not a perfect number. Why? Let's check it. So what are the factors of 10? The factors of 10 are okay, let's check. The factors of 10 are what? 1, 2, 5 and 10, and we should not consider the number itself, so let's remove it. What is its sum? 5 plus 2 is 7 plus 1 8, which is not equals to 10, so definitely it's not a perfect number. Fine, clear, perfect number code is done. Quite simple, quite easy. Okay, now it's time to write the code to find the smallest digit in a number. So we have already know how to extract digits from a number. The same logic would be used, just with a minor change and nothing else. Okay, so first I need to take the number from the user. Done. So after that, what I need to do is to create a variable min digit, and I will initialize this min digit variable with the unit place value of the number. And how to extract the unit place or ones place value or the digit from the number is by modulus, is by doing the modulus of that number with the value 10. I hope you remember that in order to extract the last digit, what I do, I simply modulus that number with the number 10. So number modulus 10 will give me the units place of this particular number. And I have also shown this using I've explained this thing by doing that maths also in my previous video, in one of my previous video. So please have a look to it. It's my request to you, telling this again and again. Why? Because all these videos are interlinked. Okay, so explaining the same thing again and again would be a waste of time. So if you are watching my videos from the beginning, then definitely all these things are quite easy for you to understand. Okay, so number modulus 10 will extract the last digit or the units place digit from the number. So units place digit has been extracted. Now it's time to use the while loop. Now the reason for using the while loop again been explained, but still let me explain you again here also, that while we are using while loop because we don't know the number of digits present within that number. It can be a 2-digit number, 3-digit, 4-digit, 5-digit. It can be any number of digits of number. So in that case for loop won't be a good option, because for loop is what? It's a counting loop, because it's something like we know the counts of that iterable variable. Okay, but here in this case we don't know the count, means the number of digits present within that number. So for that case while is a good option, so that's why we are using while. So if number greater than 0, okay, now I need to extract the digits one digit at a time. So for that let me create a variable and let me extract its digit. So this will simply extract one digit, the last digit from the number. Okay, then I would be using a conditional statement, and that conditional statement would be something like, if digit is less than the mean digit. Okay, if digit, the extracted digit is less than the mean digit, which we have assumed as the unit place digit of this number, then in that case we would reassign the variable mean digit with the value of the digit. Fine, done. Now it's time to remove that digit, that extracted digit from the number, and for that what would I write? Number is equals to number divides 10. But as I've told you, divide operator means this divide operator always gives its output as a float one, but we don't want the output as float one. So what we will use float division operator, and we have also typecast this expression using the int function. So it totally depends upon you what type of thing you want, but as of now it's better to use this float division operator. Good option. Okay, fine, and the code is done. Let me print the minimum digit within the number is what? Mean digit. Okay, let me execute this code. Done. Let me enter a number 1 2 4 5, and the minimum digit within the number 0 is 1. Okay guys, have you noticed one thing? The number which I have entered is 1 2 4 5, but here in this case it is showing the number as 0. And you know why? It's just because of this, because I haven't stored the original number within a variable, and this thing also has already same thing has already been explained in that video, means, and that number video. So what should I do? I should simply store that variable, store that number in one of a variable. Let me say org number, original number. Okay, and let me copy this variable and paste it here. Simply done. Okay, now 8 5 7 1. See, the minimum digit within the number 8 5 4 1 is 1. Now how it's working, let me explain it. Let me explain it how it's working. See, the number which is being given is 8541. So this particular expression, okay, the number which is being given is 8541. Okay, this number 8541 is being stored within this variable org number, original number. So original number is now containing the number 8541. Done. Now what this particular expression is doing, it is simply extracting the unit place of this number 8541. So here in this case, with this expression, so main digit is what? Main digit is 1 with this particular expression. Fine. Now the loop is running. So what it will do, it will simply extract one digit at a time. So the first will be 1, and here there is a condition is if digit is less than main digit, then in that case main digit would be digit. Means I have assumed one digit, the unit place, considering it as the unit, means considering it as the smallest digit within that number. It's just an assumption, okay? But it may be possible that the digit may the smallest digit may exist within the 100 place or 1000 place, depending upon the number of digits given within the number. Okay, so in that case, if that particular digit which is being extracted is less than the main digit, which we have assumed the unit place digit, if it is less than that, then in that case we will definitely go with that digit as the main digit. So what I did, I have simply assigned that digit within the main digit and nothing else. So in the first case, 1 is less than 1, the answer is no. It's equals to 1, but it's not less than 1. So this condition will evaluate to false, and the digit which is being extracted will simply will be excluded from that number. And in order to do that, we need to do a division operation or floor division with the number 10. Okay, so in that case, so with this we will get the number as 854. Then 4 will be extracted. 4 is not less than 1. So in this particular case, in this particular case, main digit, the assumption that unit place digit is the main digit is being correct here. But it's not always be the case, and that can be fulfilled with this particular condition. Okay, so I hope you have understood today's video, today's class. Okay, it's quite easy, you know. The only thing which is being required is a quite good level of attention and having the watching of all those videos, because again, telling the same thing, all these things are interlinked, and if you are understanding, visualizing it properly, then definitely these two questions, perfect number and finding the smallest digit from a given number, would be quite easy. So that's all for today. But if you still have doubts, if some questions are coming within your mind, you're free to ask me on the comment section. I will definitely try to clarify it. And now we are left with the two questions. I will try to complete it as soon as possible, and then move to the topic of the jump statements, break and continue, quite important. Then we will move to the topic of nested loops, that's also a quite important one, and loop else left one. So there are lots and lots of topic been left, but what I thought that we have completed quite major amount of the topics. So it's good to practice some of the questions, because since it's a practical based subject, no, so we need to practice. So I have practiced, I'm practicing it with you, so it's my request to you that you should also practice it within your own system. Okay, and if you have doubt, if you have getting any type of query, feel free to ask me. Okay, the comment section is for you. And that's all for today. Let's meet you with the last two questions within the next video. Thank you very much.